Now I'm going to read to us our Bible reading, which is on a similar theme. It's 1 Corinthians 30. And yet I will show you the most excellent way. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy, and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor, and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we only see a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Well, it all started with a proposal. Carl Paul Gola, aka Thumbs. There is obviously a story. We will find out, or maybe I don't need to know. Biddulph's most eligible bachelor was about to ask a question that many thought would never happen. And to state the obvious, Fleur says yes. When Carl and Fleur came to start the process of planning this wedding, that's how Fleur described their proposal. With a massive smile upon her face, she described how she was so excited and loved up to have finally conquered the unconquerable. Those were her words, the most eligible bachelor in Biddulph. And as Fleur excitedly told the story, Carl, as he's doing now, just sat there next to her, quietly, as cool as a cat. They got the cream. Just taking it in, not looking embarrassed at all about this title, just smiling and nodding. Yeah? It's true. And so here we are to celebrate with Carl and Fleur, Thumbs and TV Head, the Harry and Meghan of Biddulph, as they confirm their love and commitment to one another. As family and friends, you've seen their relationship grow and develop and strengthen. You know that they fit together. You know that they work well together, that they complement one another. You know that they're good for each other. And that's why you're here. You've come here to witness a life-changing moment and to celebrate it. Maybe to cry a little bit, that's the ushers, but in a good way, to just soak up that loved up feeling. Life is good. Seeing two special people, people that you care about, committing their lives and futures to one another. It's a privilege and a joy to be here. But we have to admit that in our society, that in certain corners, there's a certain cynicism about marriage. Some people talk about it as getting the ball and chain. It's very distressing. Some see it as disposable. You give it a try, and if you don't fancy, you just bail. Some see it as something to be afraid of. You're happy together. Why rock the boat with a whole marriage thing? Well, let me say it straight. They're totally wrong. They're totally missing the point, and they're totally missing out. Marriage is a God-given gift. It's a gift to be treasured and valued. If you want honesty, if you want optimism and beauty and truth, you don't ask grumpy grown-ups. You ask children about love. I'm not going to put the flower girls on the spot. You can relax. But here's a few things that children have said about love. Rebecca, who's 8, said, when my grandmother got arthritis, she couldn't bend over and paint her toenails anymore. So my grandfather does it for her all the time, even when his hands got arthritis too. That's love. Carl, age 5, said, love is when a girl puts on perfume and a boy puts on aftershave and they go out and they smell each other. Billy, age 4, says, when someone loves you, the way they say your name is different. You just know that your name is safe in their mouth. Chrissy, age 6, said, love is when you go out to eat and you give somebody most of your French fries without them giving you any of theirs. Terry, age 4, said, love is what makes you smile when you're tired. Emily, age 8, said, love is when you kiss all the time. Then when you get tired of kissing, you still want to be together and you talk more. My mummy and daddy are like that. They look gross when they kiss. A last couple. Karen, age 7. When you love somebody, your eyelashes go up and down and little stars come out of it. Jessica, age 8, says you really shouldn't say I love you unless you mean it. But if you mean it, you should say it a lot. People forget. I hope you agree with me that love and marriage isn't something to be talked down, something to be sneered at. Love is something to be treasured and worked at and carefully guarded. And in our Bible reading, we hear a definition of love. And our other reading painted a picture of something of what it is to live in that love in reality. Love is like a beautiful diamond in an engagement ring. It has so many faces, so many facets. Every angle that you turn it, when the sunlight captures it, you see it slightly different, and you see more of the beauty held within. And that's what our Bible reading did. It reveals the full richness of love. You hold it up into the light, and you glimpse patience and kindness and contentedness. It's modest, it's quietly stated, it's gracious, it puts others first. And then you twist it a little more in the light, and you see a bit more, and it does not insist on its own way. It's not irritable or resentful or grumpy. Remember that, guys. It does not rejoice in selfishness, but reveals in goodness and justice and truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, and it never quits. It never gives in, it never surrenders, it never opts for the easy life. And here's the thing. A diamond doesn't just come out of the ground beautifully cut and crafted and stuck on a ring. Actually, a diamond, when it first comes out of the ground, it looks more like a piece of dull, scratched glass. It's nothing. A massive 100-carat rough diamond was recently sold to a buyer for £16 million. Just in case you were wondering, the buyer wasn't a Mr. Gola. He trades in slightly less expensive rocks. But he only spent over a year studying it, polishing it, and cutting it before that diamond was what it should be. A rough diamond has to be worked at, valued, and invested in. And so it is with love and marriage. The more you work at it, the more you treasure it, and the more you invest in it, the more beautiful it becomes. And that's what we're doing here today. Today, in their vows, Carl and Fleur are going to declare that they will invest all that they have in their marriage. They will give all of themselves to each other. And they commit to one another that they will do whatever it takes to not just make their marriage work, but to see it thrive. And we're here to be witnesses to that moment. A moment that's both beautiful and brave. To entrust your heart to another is a beautiful act of faith and trust. Especially when in the past you may have been burnt and been alone. To allow another to entrust their fragile heart to your care is even more brave and requires even more faith. And as we're reminded by both our readings, love is so much more than a feeling or an emotional high or some kind of intoxicating chemistry. Love is a decision, a commitment, an act of faith. And this day, you commit to putting the other first. Not to say that either of you suddenly become a doormat. To be quite frank, I don't think that either of you are passive doormat kind of people. It's going to be on the golf course, we've got to accept it. And I'm sure there are things the other way too. But Carl, from this day forward, your greatest priority is the happiness and flourishing of Fleur. And she's looking very smugly. And maybe I should just point out that Fleur, it's the same for you. From now on, from this day forward, your greatest priority is the happiness and flourishing of Carl. Your marriage isn't a legal piece of paper. It's a decision that you will make each day from now on to think us, not me. Today, as you make your vows, if you look one another in the eye, you say this. You say, this is it. No going back. Whatever life may throw at us, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, come what may, throughout the ups and downs of your relationship, and there will be ups and downs, that we will choose to walk the way of love. So what tips can I give you? Well, I'm not going to give you any tips. I'm going to give you a motto for your marriage. For both of you to live in, and to have, and to hold to. In your lives, you've both had to learn to be strong, to be independent. You've had to overcome some real knocks in life. And in this church this afternoon, there's so much love and admiration for the both of you. But here's my motto for you in your marriage. A simple phrase for you to both hold on to. Don't go it alone. Don't go it alone. Don't go it alone in the sense of when there are pressures and challenges, resist the temptation for these things to push you apart. To some extent, you're going to need to unlearn something of what life's hard knocks has taught you. Don't go it alone. It's us. Don't bottle things up and try and carry them on their own. Don't let them divide you or set you against one another. When these things come, all the more tightly, hold one another. Choose to stand by one another. Choose always to think the best of one another. Choose to forgive one another. Choose always to love. And secondly, don't go it alone in the sense that marriage is God's gift to humanity. The Bible tells us that God is love. Our Bible reading is massively intimidating if you think that somehow you've got to perfectly live up to all that it's set as the standard. The reality is we can't, but it speaks of God's nature. God is love. He is the eternal, never-ending source. The Bible also speaks of marriage being a cord of three strands, the husband and the wife, held and knotted together in their relationship by God. Marriage is a union that God himself joins and seals. At a physical level, at an emotional level, at a spiritual level. From this day forward, in a wonderful, mysterious way, you become one flesh, husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs., as we'll come to. Marriage is designed to have God at the heart of it, and it's so much stronger for his presence. So as you go into married life, Carl and Fleur, I encourage you to welcome God into your marriage, to let him guide you and help you. And so one phrase, one motto to build your marriage on. Don't go it alone. So on that note, I'm going to invite you, Carl and Fleur, will you come and stand before me and make your vows by signing.